And good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to the BCL Asia East, a Group B fixture. We're live here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Gymnasium for this big game between Taoyuan Pauian Pilots and South China Athletic. What is indeed the second meeting between these two teams, having previously met in Hong Kong, China. But we'll take a look at some of the results as Pilots having won emphatically against their arch rivals, the New Taipei City Kings. Of course, on Saturday, Pilots will be in action again as they will take on the Broncos, but then, of course, New Taipei Kings will have to host everybody as well, because all teams in this group who are visiting, the Broncos as well as South China Athletic, will indeed be taking on both the champions of the Plus League and the champions of the TPBL. Well, a big win last night for Dewa United in overtime against High Tech Basketball Club. Dewa still undefeated, top of Group A, while you see the current standings. That could change by the end of this window. There are the fans who've made the very short journey from Hong Kong, China. Well, and there is the man who leads the Plus League. Well, it should be an exciting matchup to say the very least. I mean, as I mentioned, the last time they met, South China Athletic had a very convincing lead against the champions of the Plus League. But then it was head coach Jurgi Kamenos and his players who prevailed and led and left with a victory, I should say, 79-76. Because that night, Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, led by Alec Brown, with 17 points, and William Martino chipped in a double-double of 22 points and 15 rebounds, 3 assists shy of a potential triple-double. Well, the fans have definitely rocked into the building tonight, because they saw a very big victory from the Pilots against the Kings only 2 nights ago, in which the Pilots again showcasing that they mean business to try and get back to the BCL Asia final. Well, the BCL Asia East, excuse me. Well, South China Athletic, they feel they should be 3-0 after hosting in Hong Kong, China. The 2 games they lost against both the Broncos and the Pilots were very close. Heartbreaking defeats. But when you have players like Klang Yang and Cham Yuen Sang, Calvin Sang as we call him, of Hong Kong, China's national team, with the additional import play of players like Yvonne Davenport, this team means business. It's a very competitive group. Remember, they had a very big win by 19 points against the New Taipei City Kings. And with the legendary coach of Lo Yi-Ting, who's regarded as one of the greatest point guards in the history of Hong Kong, China basketball, there's a lot to like. The foundations are definitely strong with South China Athletic. They were 8 out of 25 from the three-point line last time they played against the Pilots. But speaking of the Pilots, I mean, it's a team that right now are flying high with confidence. That very big win they had only 2 nights ago against the New Taipei City Kings really tells you that this team, well, they want to be the best. And the only way you can be the best is if you go up and compete against the very best. Jurgi Kamenos has done a magnificent job with the squad. You just saw Two-Way Lin, as well as Jackie Lee. Many of these players did feature last season that got them qualified for BCL Asia's final tournament that was hosted in Dubai. And they came so close to making it to the semifinals. Well, it's a team that, of course, is a very consistent volume three-point shooting team. Pai Yao Chang, probably one of the quickest point guards you'll find in Chinese Taipei. They've only played 2 games, but they're being led by Cedric Milner, 22.5 points per game in the production that he's provided so far for this team. And it's only his 2nd season playing professional basketball, but his rookie season here in Chinese Taipei's Plus League. Well, Latino, you may remember, featured for Chinese Taipei's national team at the 2022 FIBA Asia Cup. But here is Luton Chang. They like to call him Justin. Many regard him as the future of Chinese Taipei basketball, as we're about to embrace the retirement of the great Lin Zijie Beast Lin. Well, you just saw head coach Jurgi Kamenos. He's now in his 5th season coaching the Pilots, who's done a magnificent job since leaving the Japanese B2 system, because he came to Chinese Taipei originally as the head coach of the former Taichung Sungs. Our 3 referees tonight, we have Alexei Stepanenko from Kazakhstan, Jontopa Natapong from Thailand, and Hung Jun Liang from Malaysia. So a big thank you to all of our referees. You've seen them at FIBA Asia Cups, FIBA Basketball World Cups, and even the Basketball Olympics. And tonight, they'll continue to do a magnificent job here for BCL Asia East matchup between the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots and South China Athletic. Well, if this game is going to bring the same level of excitement that we saw at Hong Kong, China, then you better fasten your seatbelts and embrace what's going to be an exciting night tonight here in Chinese Taipei. We'll take a look at the starting lineups very soon. We'll probably begin with South China Athletic. Well, it's a very talented team, but they are going to be without Dominic Gilbert tonight, so that's going to be a monumental hinder to both not only their offense but also their defense this evening. But they still have a very talented team. South China Athletic possessing Calvin Tsang, number 23, Jian Yuan Tsang, who I would say is probably the future of Hong Kong China basketball. Well, Nixon Thomas will be coming into the lineup along with Kevon Davenport. There's Calvin Tsang, number 23, the primary point guard, with Quan Sai, also is a natural small forward, but look out for Rodrigue Andela. It's a Cameroonian native who also featured for the Cameroonian national team under head coach Alfred Aboya at the previous FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifying window. But he was monumental. But I just wonder, without Dominic Gilbert, how that's going to hinder this team so far tonight. But they do have Glenn Yang coming off the bench, and Lo Yiting, probably the last time he featured for Hong Kong China at the national team level was the 2017 FIBA Asia Cup that was hosted in Beirut, Lebanon. Because that brings back some great memories. God, Ahmed Haddadi was playing for Iran at the time. Fadi El Hatib, the Lebanese Tiger, was featuring. Because there's a lot to like about FIBA Asia. That's what BCL Asia East is all about. Because we get to see the great national teams in FIBA World Cups, Asia Cup qualifiers, you name it. But now we get to see the best clubs. Pilots tonight, they'll begin with Chun Cheng Shuang as the natural point guard, along with Justin Liu also in the backcourt. Leading scorer Cedric Milner will be in there, and it's a big lineup with both Alec Brown and William Martino. So size is going to be a big factor tonight for the Pilots. But you know, they aren't just your natural foundation big men who like to go to the double block in the paint. They spot up from the perimeter. Really what you're going to see is William Martino is the natural 5, while Alec Brown is going to probably be a lot on the perimeter, setting high ball screens and picking out to try and go for three-point shots. The tempo is going to be key tonight from South China Athletic. This team likes to run. They're very tough when they defend. And Yergi Caminos, head coach of the Pilots, he knows all too well. Spanish native who, of course, coached in the Spanish ACB as an assistant with the great Saskia Baskonia. He's coached professionally in Japan, started in Chinese Taipei with the Taichung Suns, the former team. And well, he's built a foundation, a culture here with the Pilots. Last season, the Plus League Finals, taking down Taipei Fubon Braves and earning their right to get back to the BCL Asia East. And, you know, they came second place, runners-up to defending BCL Asia champions Utsunomiya Brex of the B-League in the East Asia Super League Finals. So Yergi Caminos, he knows how to build a team. And it's going to be really fascinating with head coach Lo Yiting to see how his career progresses, because there's a lot that he's going to bring from his playing career that he's going to try to replicate, especially with players such as Glenn Yang and Calvin Tsang. Remember, he played the exact same position as them. Well, Brandon Gilbert and William Martino have both featured for Chinese Taipei's national team, so be interesting if we see Will Martino feature for Chinese Taipei this summer at the third window of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Well, it's going to be big duty tonight for Rodrigue Andela, because South China Athletic, as we saw in both windows, saw in the first window of Group E, they may not have the same size as their opponents, but they're aggressive, they're very compact, and they're very well organized. Well, fans, if you're watching live, please make sure you give this live stream a like. Subscribe to FIBA, the official FIBA YouTube platform. And make sure you follow BCL Asia on all social media platforms of X, Instagram, and Facebook. Welcome everybody live here at the University of Taipei, Tianmu Arena. Andela jumps as well with Alec Brown. Nixon coming up with first possession. Calvin Tsang has got to be aggressive early on, defended by Chun. Nixon tries to find an opening. Tsang goes to his left. Good defense by Chun. Andela trying to come up with a rebound. And now here come the Pilots. Well, Milner finding Tino goes in with a simple teardrop, and that's how quickly this team could go and convert in transition. That's a big double-double for the Pilots. William Martino had the last time they met South China Athletic. Tsai goes in for a teardrop, can't get it. Pilots refraining from giving any second chance opportunity points. As now Lutsen Chang goes in, and that's going to be another quick 2 points in for the Pilots. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots are just so well organized. Everything is very calculated. Showing on the screens, coming up and helping, switching. SCA have got to build something. Andela goes from 18, but nobody going in for an offensive rebound. And that just might be where it's going to be a hindrance without Dominic Gilbert tonight here for SCA. Tino trying to get a post up against Andela. Lutsen Chang finds Alec Brown. He'll find this one. There you have it. The very first Sanford show. Well, it's always a party with the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. And it becomes a 3-point Sanford show party, as they say here in Chinese Taipei. Now Kevon Davenport will try a 3-pointer. Still scoreless SCA. The inside interior defense of both Alec Brown and Will Tino will make it very difficult for SCA to get points in the paint. As, oh my goodness! Guan Lan, big time! Cedric Milner just had no regard for SCA's feelings. Well, I would like to see the replay of that one more time. Well, here you go. Here's a Sanford show from Alec Brown from downtown. And then Cedric Milner. Good night from Chinese Taipei. Are you kidding me? Chudaba. Well, we're going to head down to SCA's bench. Let's listen out what they have to say. Well, Lo Yiting calling the timeout for SCA because they've got to find ways to score. At the moment, they haven't been able to make the Pilots' defense shift. I mean, Taoyuan Pauian Pilots defensively seem very comfortable at the moment. Cedric Milner setting the tempo, the temperature very early. Calvin Sang trying to get open. Kevon Davenport, this is a play they want to get going. Andela thinks about going for a 3-pointer. Sang got it by Lutsen Chang. Calvin goes in, a foul's going to be drawn. And that's much better from SCA. Guess they're getting a bit more movement now. You know, Carl's screen's getting open, but Sang just penetrating. Justin Liu just reaching. So 2 free throws coming up here for SCA. As Calvin Sang was very monumental. And it's very disappointing, though, because they probably could have gone 3-0 when they hosted Hong Kong, China, but he misses the second one. Finished with 15 points last time these two teams met. Milner got it by Nixon. Wants to go right at him. Justin tries to find an opening. Penetration now pulls up. Andela comes up with a rebound. SCA have got to find ways to score in transition ball. Good defense by Lutsen Chang. Tsai recovers. SCA will retain this one. Nixon, nice dive there on the pick and rolls. Andela goes in and counted. He'll go to the free throw line. Much better offensive fluidity from SCA that time. Looks like the foul is going to be called on Chun. Mandela converts a three-point play because he only had 12 points and 12 rebounds. I mean, still very impressive. Last time they played against the Pilots. Milner trying to go back door. Nixon in the help side. Chun trying to hesitate, now pulls up inside the paint and beautifully tucked away from the mid-range. Well, it's his first taste of BCL Asia East this season, Chun. Yes, he fits the backcourt so well, much better offensively in terms of the domestic Chinese Taipei players. Calvin Tseng now. That's going to be a costly turnover there for South China Athletic. So Glenn Yang is going to come into the game for the first time. Oh, look at this little pull-up mid-range. That's good defense, but it's better offense. Justin Liu down, he'll fire another one. A lot of contact there, no foul given. Glenn Yang coming up with a rebound. Still a 7-point lead here currently to the Pilots. Inside now, is that going to be a backcourt violation? No, took a deflection. 10 on the shot clock now for Yang. Got it by Milner. Putting up a deep one, that touches nothing. Coming up offensive rebound and suffocated defense from the Pilots. Foul committed by Glenn Yang, just slowing down the transition. So I believe that's going to be a sideline ball coming up to the Pilots. I think the dispute here from head coach Yogi Caminos is that he felt that that was a deliberate stop in transition, but I think that'd be a little bit harsh to upgrade it. Woodson Chang, good defense by his side, but it's going to remain Pilots' ball. Pilots looking to extend their lead. Nearly turning it over. Milner just keeps the possession alive. He'll fire up another one. The foul is going to be called on the ground. Well, I think that's going to be called on Rodrigo Andela. That's only the second team foul against SCA so far here in the first quarter. Fine, Brown goes in, gets blocked by the rim, gets some rebound. He's got to put those ones away. South China Athletic want to run. Davenport bumps. Tino nearly taking that away from him. Because it must be very tough to go up against both Alec Brown and Will Tino. I mean, Twin Towers, brothers of destruction. Kane and the Undertaker defensively. The defense almost becomes a tombstone of a choke slam. Nixon tries a three, that's not going to go. Nixon trying to recover, good hands there by Milner. And Milner finishing under intense pressure. Extending it now to a 9-point lead. Chun reaching. Remember, Glenn Yang played pro basketball here in Chinese Taipei. Woodson Chang tries to anticipate it. 11 seconds on the shot clock for SCA. Oh, look at this dime. Look at the, it's like a BCL Asia East touchdown. Logan to the lineup here for SCA. Bit of Spanish pick and roll being executed. Glenn Yang trying to go mid-range. That's a good look for him, but he's unable to finish. Pilots want to extend it to a double-digit lead now. Paint entry down low to Atino. Going right at Andela. Twisting, turning, going in. Oh, baby! A bit of old school coming from Chinese Taipei's William Atino. Now Nixon puts it on. And what a response there. High IQ basketball by Nixon. Caught it, span baseline, and the defense wasn't ready. Well, they turn it over now. Davenport's got it. Trying to go up against Alec Brown. Little Euro step action. And he's able to make it a 4-0 run for SCA. Positive basketball from the champions of Hong Kong, China. Woodson Chang down the middle. bucks and finishes sweet like string music. Yogi Cavanos appreciates the offense, but now wants his players back on defense. Again, the Spain stack pick and roll. Andela looking for a post-up. Nixon flashes high. He'll go for another three. Well, he can make those. That's a good look for him. His pilots turn it over, but they give it back to the... Well, they give it right back. Another kick out. Lutsen Chang in the corner. Here we go. And Sanfeng Cho. Sopa. Chayo Taoyuan Pauian pilots. I'm telling you, get your invitation. Sanfeng Cho party tonight. And that's going to be another ton. Oh, no, traveling violation given. So 3:19 to go. It's a 12-point lead. That was the kick out. The wide open Sanfeng Cho from Justin. Tatsai Tuafai. Tito will go to the bench. So pilots going slightly smaller now with Kwan Tayo into the lineup. Brown flat, well, rolling right to the bucket. Kwan Tayo. Back to Alec Brown, the paint goes in. No problem this time, extending it to a 14-point lead. Pilots now feel they have total control of this. Remember, it was SCA who led at home this time last time they met. Wow, Chusha Wodafanta. Goodbye. Calvin Sang coming up with it. There's the alley-oop, but too much on it. And that results into another turnover. Oh, what a block. There's the attempt to the alley-oop. That's good defense by Alec Brown. Still a 14-point lead here to the Pilots. Not taking the foot off the gas. And that's going to be a foul on the ground. That might not be the worst foul, actually, because it doesn't send Pilots to the free throw line. Because what was going to be inevitable, Alec Brown was going to receive that in the paint and quickly throw it down. So that might just be a decent foul after all from Glenn Yang. Hong Kong, China's national team's #1. Born and raised in Causeway Bay, Hong Kong, China, but made in Canadian basketball. Payao Chung. A lot of contact there, so that's going to be the fourth and final team foul against SCA. Well, it's actually a poor foul to give away because not only is it the last foul to give, but he was in his gather step. So 2 free throws coming up for Payao Chung. Because only had 3 points last time they met. He was 1 for 2 from the free throw line that evening. But I would say he's probably one of the quickest point guards you'll find here in East Asia. And that's talking Plus League, B League, KBL, you name it. Not many players are able to keep up with his super turbo speed. Because he's ranked 2nd in assists so far here in BCL Asia East this season. .5 margin. SCA's got to find ways to build this. Andela trying to find Calvin Sang. Heavy defense coming from the backcourt. There's a take by Davenport. Nice dump down. And that's better basketball from South China Athletic. Goes penetration, dishing off, and just finding a good look inside the paint with Andela. But now they have to defend. There's Lin. Lin goes in. Well, a lot of contact. Felt he should have gotten that one. And Taoyuan Pauian Pilots conveniently finding their way inside the paints. Side Hillen with the pressure. Pilots have a man down. Sang, wrap round, missed it. Davenport offensive rebound. And it won't go, but the tip-in is good. Second chance opportunity points need to be a factor tonight here for SCA. That's the first time tonight we've seen it. Jackie Lee from downtown. Well, Chingay War, Yiga, Sanfeng Cho. And Jackie Lee said, yes, sir. Three-point cookout tonight. A foul is going to be called against Pauian. But you compare the stats at the moment. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, 18 points inside the paint. Hey, Jackie, I want a Sanford Joe. I think he heard me from downtown. Jonah Morrison's going to sum into the lineup here for the Pilots. So a bigger lineup now as Pauian will go to the bench. Kevon Davenport staying in the game for SCA. As Taoyuan Pauian also subs in for Rodrigo Andela. He'll go for a quick three. Nothing coming of it. Takes a deflection, goes out of bounds. That's going to remain, SCA ball on the sideline. 55 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Second game of this window live here at the University of Taipei, Tianmu Arena. Well, here we go. Davenport. Wow. Elevated. And did remarkably to connect with that one. Come on, Davenport. That's now his second field goal tonight, but it's another foul committed. So more free throws coming up for the Pilots. Well, Pilots right now shooting 70% from the field. 12 out of 17. They've already knocked down 3 out of 5 from the three-point line. As Lee Cha-Kang makes the first free throw. Because he fits perfectly, as does Pauian, Kwan Tai-Yo, all three of them. I mean, they are just the kind of players that are hungry to get better. And with a great coach like Yergi Caminos, who brings in the great blend of Chinese Taipei and Spanish basketball, it's a great mesh together. It's a big reason why they made it to the finals of BCL Asia East last season. Sang goes for a quick three. Not going to go. Davenport fights for it. But Pilots come up with it. Milner just goes straight to the bucket. It's way too easy for Cedric Milner. You got to double team him early. Make him give up the rock. Because if not, he's going to cook you. $18-point lead. Sang down the middle. Bumps in the air, no foul given. Davenport pump fakes. Didn't get it off in time, and that is the end of the first quarter. Game day 2 of BCL Asia 2026 live here at the University of Taipei, Tianmu Arena. The champions of the Plus League leading by 18 against the champions of Hong Kong, China. Welcome back, everybody, live here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Arena. Second quarter underway against between the champions of the Plus League in Chinese Taipei, the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, who lead by 18 against South China Athletic of Hong Kong, China. Well, great take by Quan Taoyuan, but it just rattles its way out. The South China Athletic currently missing Dominic Gilbert, who's not in action for this game, but could very well feature against Taipei, the new Taipei City Kings. Another turnover here for SCA. Pilots' defense has been very tough tonight. Big offensive rebound, Quan Taoyuan. Lin, another one? Yes, sir. San Fun Cho. Well, that's how you describe Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, the greatest San Fun Cho team of East Asia. Mandela coming up with a high screen. Lin aggressively coming out and showing on the bull screen. SCA going for a three, just can't drop. Mandela, offensive board. Second time tonight. SCA have got second chance opportunity points. If that's going to get them back in the game, they've got to keep fighting. Now Jonah Morrison tries the three-pointer. That time a little too short. Sang wants to run. Nice little step through now. They go on a 4 run. This is very positive from SCA. They've got to keep forcing turnovers. Well, they force another one. Now it's going to be a 6-0 run. So Sai's going to finish this. There you have it. Well, they got to build on this momentum. 21-point lead has been cut down to a 15-point deficit. Very spirited behavior right now in play. But Quan Taoyuan, well, San Fun Cho, there you have it. That's one way to quiet down a comeback. A Pilot San Fun Cho. Sang trying to work here, penetrates. Probably could have gone up for a layup. This is good ball movement. And that's excellent. And as they would say in Causeway Bay, San Fun Bo. Sai knocks it down. This is the kind of basketball you want to watch here in BCL Asia East. As we saw Pilots in East Asia Super League this season, the competition was great. Well, that's going to be quite a hard foul there. I'm not sure Ken Lin appreciated that one, but respect to Ken Lin. No reaction. I think Wang Ho Yin, quite clearly that was a mismatch. Well, Quan Taoyuan, there it is for the San Fun Cho. Alec Brown subbing into the game because they saw Tai Choi Kwan hitting his first three-pointer. Because South China Athletic currently 1 out of 7 from the three-point line here in the first half. Glenn Yang just getting a polite reminder not to step on the out-of-bounds line when defending. Boots and Chang. Little slip screen action coming from William Martino. Very well defended by Nixon. Sai wants to run. Sai finishes. Now that's another 5-0 run. This is what I said in the pregame. South China Athletic will play very quickly. Nixon gambles. Brown pulls up for 15. And the gamble doesn't pay off. Nixon wants to go right at Alec Brown. South China Athletic have got to keep running pick and roll scenarios. Try and find Glenn Yang. And Della sets it. There you have it. Much better basketball. And that's what I'm talking about. The SCA pick and roll anytime, either with Calvin Sang or Glenn Yang. Because that's the great effort that Rodrigo Andela is going to give you. Little pick and pop here with Jonah Morrison. Not going to count this time. Andela gets a rebound. Chun reaches. Play continues. Tai Choi Kwan trying to find Glenn Yang. Time is running down. Yang calling for a clear out. Pulls off in the mid-range. And that's B.E.A. Beautiful from Hong Kong, China's #1. Well, this team slowly but surely finding their way back in this game. 3 goes missing. South China Athletic want to run. Yang has Nixon to his left. Got it by Justin Liu. Yang again kicks out to Nixon, left wide open. Not a bad offense though, they got a wide open look. The structure, the organization has been much better from South China Athletic. They must keep battling. Now they got to defend. Well, that's gonna be a foul on the ground, it's a good call. Because they're rotating now, the help side, the picking up has been much better, but here was the pick and roll between Glenn Yang and Rodrigo Andela. And what's interesting now here, given that they're down by 11 points, it's actually South China Athletic who have more points in the paint, 22-20, and actually have more second chance points. The big difference has been the three-point shooting, but you would anticipate that with the Plus League champions. The greatest Sanford Show team in East Asia. Well, now they're equal on points in the paint. Both teams with 22. Alec Brown extending it back to a 13-point lead. Glenn Yang trying to work some mid-range. Davenport's got a mismatch. Got it by Lutzen Chang. Bofatino and Della. Nixon's got to take something. So Size made 1-3. Well, they got a good look, but anytime Martino and Alec Brown are in the game, it's always going to be a tough battle offensively for SCA. Lutzen Chang bumps. No foul called. South China Athletic have numbers. Davenport. Oh, baby! Are you kidding me? KD went in transition, took no prisoners. Kevon Davenport, have mercy on the transition defense. As now Martino wants to bully his way in. Brown just repays the favor. Alec Brown said, you can dunk on me, but I'll give you a Sanford Show, baby. Good defense by Chun, just reaching in. And that's going to be only the first team foul. Well, here you go. Good night, KD. Lord have mercy on that rim. That's a poster dunk. Almost a vendetta play by Kevon Davenport. Still a 14-point lead though. Nixon trying to force his way in the paint. Finds Glenn Yang, 3 in the corner, and that's BEA beautiful basketball. But a great pass by Nixon. Cutting it back down to an 11-point deficit. Under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. This game, considering it's an 11-point lead, has been much better. There's the alley-oop, the connection made by Will Artino. And that's a little too easy. South China Athletic have got to do a better job at defending those high screens. Yang keeps the possession alive. Davenport tries to fight for it. Lutzen Chang comes up with it. Tries a pump fake and finishes. High IQ play by Lutzen Chang, number 6'9". As Lo Yi-Ting calls timeout. Back to a 15-point deficit with 3:22 to go here in the second quarter. We'll head down to SCA's bench to find out what the message is going to be.
Go inside. Switch. 21, keep head up to number 9. You two switch. Hey, I know. Hey, we gotta hit the screen. Hit the screen. We gotta open Okay, Key, you got it. Okay. Hey, sometimes when we come off the screen, this guy's coming. He's coming, so this guy cut. 45 cut and then going up. Not this time, but 45 cut. You got the ball. Hey, pick and roll, watch out.
Well, there's another look at the first three-pointer. And Tsai Choi Kwan, well, he's come off the bench. He's been very impactful so far. But the thing is, it's very... You see South China Athletic, they do a good job of, going on a good offensive run, but defensively where they're having some issues is defending every bull screen with either Will Latino or Alec Brown. That has been an issue for them. That is where they've struggled so far. But they picked it up much better here in the second quarter. It's the three-point shooting that's been the difference. Davenport trying to ISO. Got it by Cedric Milner. Bumping, and that's gonna be a foul. That's where they're gonna have an advantage. I feel Davenport has got to put himself at the low block. Naturally, he's a three-stretch four, but Pilots, you see tonight defensively, they reach. They want to come up with steals. So make them pay. Davenport makes the first free throw. Second one just drops. 13-point lead still here to the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Coast Pilots making a change coming into the lineup now is Chun Li Sheng. Double teaming. Latino goes in, but you got to double team him. That man represented Chinese Taipei at the 2022 FIBA Asia Cup. He's one of the top centers here in East Asia. You can't allow him to have the free space. Yang fires another three, and clutch Yang time. And maybe, just maybe, and that's gonna be a third team foul against South China Athletic. Well, that's only the third three-pointer of the game for South China Athletic. It's not bad, actually. I mean, they are 3 out of 11. They picked it up better, but you compare that to 6 out of 11 with the Pilots. Well, that's a big difference. Chun Li Sheng finds Alec Brown. Almost got it. Yang comes up with it. Finds Calvin Sang. Beautiful. Again, one more time. Tsai Tian, goodbye. Pins him off the backboard. Chun Li Sheng finds Latino. Goes in, can't finish it. Exciting stuff yet. Nixon. Almost trying to find Sang, but it gets intercepted. Wow, 这是我的房子. This is my house. He just told Calvin Tsai, it's okay, go away. The blockmaster indeed. Glenn Yang. Time winding down here for Calvin Sang. Yang pump fakes, pulls up from 15, mid-range. Yang time, missed a clutch. Had 2 very good games in the opening window. Now Milner wants to take on Nixon. Well, a foul has been called, so free throws coming up. Let's have a look here. It's just the left arm, I'd guess, but I'd say that left arm is where the call has been justified. Cedric Milner makes the first free throw. 7 points tonight for Milner, 3 out of 4 from the field. This is his first time at the free throw line. Well, Milner making the second free throw, back to a 12-point ball game. Nixon just doing a bit of ghost action there as Rodrigo Andela sets that screen. Davenport bumps, avoids the block, but it's great defense by Alec Brown. Well, another missed attempt. They're trying to battle for it. Again, another missed attempt there in transition. Luxin Chang, alley-oop, and again, oh my goodness. Well, foul has been given. Cedric Milne, at some point, he's going to have that highlight reel. Oh, stop it. No, please, elevate. Milne is going to have one of those connections here in BCL Asia East. Oh, William Martino, of course, looking to extend his 12-point lead currently here for the Pilots. Pilots do have 2 fouls to give. SCA don't have any fouls to give. I miss them both. It's not the biggest margin in the world, but Pilots quite clearly know that SCA, even the first time they met, they are a kind of team that can force a comeback if needed. Well, Nixon throwing it away. Could have gone to Glenn Yang. Final seconds coming up here in the first half. Payao Chung, defended by Davenport. Trying to build something on this one. High pump fakes, good defense by Davenport. And nearly beat it, but comes up with a rebound. But the tip-in is good by William Martino. Well, it's been that kind of game. The Pilots have been in total control of this. The Plus League champions currently leading by 14 against the champions of Hong Kong, China. And what a first half. A San Fern show party like it was against the new Taipei City Kings. Well, fans, that is the end of the first half. We will return for the second half in just under 15 minutes.
Not getting no calls for this.
Welcome back, fans, live here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Arena for this game day 2 in Group E of BCL Asia BCL Asia East 2026, in which the champions of the Chinese Taipei Plus League, the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, lead by 14 against the champions of Hong Kong, China. South China Athletics started the game a little bit rough in the first quarter, but has since bounced back and trailed by as many as plus 20. But it's been the Sanfeng Show Party that's been the big difference in this game. Well, South China Athletic, right now they've shown a lot of prominence in their pick and roll basketball, but they've got to find other ways to score. The three-pointers haven't been dropping as much as they would have liked them to have done. But without Dominic Gilbert, a key inside player, they've got to keep on battling. Welcome back, everybody. BCL Asia 2026 Group E fixture. South China Athletic. Well, nice crosser by Yvonne Davenport. A lot of contact, nothing given. That goes out of bounds. And that's going to remain SCA ball with a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Sai Choi Kwan, contested three is up. Nixon tries to battle. Pilots come up with it. Chun finds Lu Tsung Chang. Pump fakes. Here we go. Nixon just securing the rebounds. Calvin Sang wants a run. Good defense by Justin Liu. Because the area that did hurt South China Athletic was 9 turnovers in the first half. If they can minimize those turnovers, it's going to help you, well, make that number 10. I don't know if you call that a commentator's curse, but they've got to minimize those. Head coach Lo Yiting watching on. Well, there's the attempted alley-oop. At some point, he's going to connect with those. Cedric Milner. I mean, the bunnies that this man possesses, the elevation, can be quite terrifying if you have to defend him. Can South China Athletic break the ice? Get the first field goal here in the second half. Sang trying to penetrate. Now we're into 10 on the shot clock. Sang has Ndella. Davenport, someone's got to shoot it here. Davenport goes in under intense pressure, avoids the block, and now moves up to 10 points. Third player from SCA in double figures, along with both Glenn Yang and Rodrigo Ndella. Still a 12-point lead, though, to the Pilots. Well, too tough inside the paint. Bully basketball by Will Artino. South China Athletic have got to keep battling here. They draw a foul on the baseline. So great work by Sai Choi Kwan, my apologies. Because he's only one of 2 players to have scored a Sanfeng Cho, or a Sanfeng Bo, as they say, in Hong Kong, China. 3 have only been converted out of 12 so far this evening for SCA. Ball quickly put away. Make that the 4th one. And he becomes the 3rd player with a 3-pointer for SCA. 11-point deficit. Artino in the paint. Make that a 2nd foul. Well, no doubt, there's the 3-pointer. Well, it's great to see so many people, of course, tuning in on FIBA's live YouTube page to watch the BCL Asia East. And from what we've been told, not just Pilots fans, great take by Justin Liu, finishing inside the paints, but also being told at the moment that many Plus League rival fans, mainly of Taipei Fubon Braves, had tuned in to see the action. Taipei Fubon Braves played in this competition when it was known as the FIBA Asia Champions Cup. Well, Ni Hao Peggy Xie Oh, good hands by Calvin Sang. He's going to be able to cut this down here. Beautiful basketball. Now, you have to ask the question, if South China Athletic began the game as they played both the second and third quarter, this could be a different atmosphere. Oh, good hands by Andela. Kicks out. There you go. Davenport secures a rebound. South China Athletic still battling. Nixon up against Alec Brown. Wants to go right at him. No foul given. And at that point, somebody has got to crash for an offensive rebound. Tino finds Brown in the corner. Andela trying to stand strong. That's great defense from the Cameroonian international. Brown wants to go at Davenport. Tough fadeaway. Well, the defense has been intense and physical on both ends of the floor. And that's how you want it here in BCL Asia East. Davenport finds a three. That's going to be a little too short. Oh, no. Wow. Foul committed by Alec Brown.
Substitution by
So no, actually, the foul wasn't committed in the process of shooting. So I thought, well, no, the change. Foul's called on the ground. Pilot's defense has been very good so far. Glenn Yang. Oh, beautiful move by Glenn Yang. Running circles around the Pilot's defense. And now that plus 20-point deficit is now down to 9. Chun goes in. Oh, he misses, gets his own rebound. Finds Tino. And Alec Brown finishes. Wants to have one, but nothing given. You can understand the frustration. And that time the foul is called, so I believe Nixon should be going to the free throw line. That's a tough finish by Alec Brown. So Davenport currently at the free throw line. Now looking to chip into the deficit. If they can keep this at single digits as long as possible here in the third quarter, that's going to open up any form of a comeback. But Pilots, quite clearly they're finding out you cannot take your foot off the gas against South China Athletic. Leon. Oh my Lord. Well, there's the foul. So many free throws coming up. And Cedric Milner, at some point, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen at some point with Cedric Milner. And when it does, look out below. Because it is going to be frightening the day he connects with one of these. William Tino currently at the Facho line. Because they've had their free throw struggles this evening, the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, but anticipating how much they're going to get fouled tonight. Oh, I missed them both again. Well, there you go. Quad line. But we're going to see one big dunk coming from Cedric Milner that's going to set the roof off the entire city of Taipei. Glenn Yang, defended by Justin Liu. Now Chun, trying to keep him at bay. Yang crosses over. Davenport's got to attack. And there's another foul on the ground. And that's going to be the fourth and final team foul against the Pilots. Well, Guanlan time from Cedric Milner. So Jackie Lee subbing into the game here in the second half for the first time. Because he's played some good minutes so far in the first half. Lee Chia Kang, 5 points. Actually hasn't missed tonight. Hasn't missed a free throw or a field goal attempt. Davenport, tough move. Unable to come up with it. Pilots want to run. Lee Chia Kang finds Alec Brown, and that's a hard foul by Lung. So, Fa-Cho time coming for Alec Brown. Let's have a look here. I think it's a good foul. Well, no problem for the free throw line. Because a 7 out of 11 tonight here from the charity stripe. Which, knowing the Pilot standards, they'll be setting them much higher for sure. Both of them good from Alec Brown. Extending it back to a 14-point lead to the Pilots. Glenn Yang working with Kevon Davenport. Aggressive defense from Paiyao Chung. Yang pulls up long two. Again, remaining clutch. As now he moves up to 14 points. Joint leading scorer for SCA, along with Rodrigo Della. Paiyao Chung will try a three. He doesn't take many. Nixon unable to come with a rebound, and that's going back to SCA. But will Yogi Caminos call for a head coach's challenge? I think he will. So now, players and coaches will go to the benches while the referees go to the monitor to review if this needs to be overturned. Well, let's see if we can get a peek sneak of what actually transcended there. The initial call was possession to SCA, but Alec Brown convinced that that should be overturned. So we'll find out very soon, as the head coach's challenge has been given. Well, fans, we're not quite seeing the replay at the moment, but the officials are getting a look at it. So just going to have to make a decision if this needs to be overturned or remains. Well, change had been made. A successful head coach's challenge. Brown defended by Kevon Davenport. Trying to go for the aggressive back down. Lee Chia Kang forcing a switch, and a foul is going to be called against Lung. Well, Pilots, a very uncanny unforced turnover, but Nixon, you can appreciate the defensive effort. Just denying at all costs, and that's the kind of effort they need right now if they're going to find a way back in this one. Because no Dominic Gilbert tonight. That has really affected SCA on both ends of the floor, but they're not out of it yet. Lung now penetrates, pump fakes, goes in, now cuts it back down to a 10-point deficit. They're still in this, but Kwan Tai-Yo wants to push the tempo. Paiyao Chung goes to his right, aggressive move, but he doesn't get the out one. Well, every player in the backcourt just does a phenomenal job of breaking down the defense with every penetration. You like that. You like that style of play. Well, Sanfanda, that's what we like to call that one, but he wasn't able to connect. The free throw struggles still continue, still persist tonight here from Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Think about it now, it's 7 missed free throws. Calvin Sang wants to run. Goes quickly, good hands on defense. That's going to remain SCA ball on the baseline. Well, Calvin Sang is going to come out of the lineup. Rodrigo Della checking back into the game. Oh, Yogi Caminos. Because when I was able to speak with him in Hong Kong, China, has a lot of respect for the opponent's SCA. Nixon, 3. Doesn't get it, but a foul is going to be called on the ground. And that's to be called against William Martino. Well, Latino felt that he was fouled.
He fell in the lane. He still count when he falls in the lane. I understand that.
Well, Latino still discussing the call. And Andela now will go to the free throw line. Both teams into the penalty. Just a little too short on the first one. South China Athletic have only missed 2 free throws tonight, but they've only taken 8 so far collectively. Second one good. Back down to single digits. It's the closest it's been ever since the opening few minutes of the first quarter. Remember, Taoyuan Pauian Pilots will want to remain undefeated. Great start for them with victories against SCA in Hong Kong, China, but also here at home 2 nights ago against the new Taipei City Kings. Leaf denies a screen. Lung's going to get called for the foul. That's good recovery by Lung, or excuse me, by Andela, preventing a potential @1. That's a good call. It's the left arm, and then there's contact there. I mean, there's no arguments. That's a foul on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day that ends in a Y. Jackie Lee back at the free throw line. See, without the presence of Dominic Gilbert tonight, this is what probably hurts SCA defensively more than it does on the offensive end. He becomes a solid rim protector, but also the ability to come out to the perimeter and defend some of the quicker guys. It's the versatility of his defense. Because quite a great offensive factor as well. The Cat SCA keeps scoring. Still only 11-point ball game. Davenport finds Look. Had a look at 3, didn't go for it. Pulls up in the mid-range. Well, both Nixon and Della fight over it. Pilots now want to pile pressure. He finds Brown, 1 extra pass. Payao Chung, little reverse slam. War Shi Huan. Oh, Xiang Di Payao Chung. 3.14 with the pie. Oh, good anticipation by Payao Chung. Well, War Shi Huan, Juga, Shanglan. That is the Payao Chung layup. The reverse. 3.14, the power of Pi. Change again coming in. So Yip Yuan Pong back into lineup, another regular for the Hong Kong China national team. It's Glenn Yang. Straight off the bench, Yip Young unable to finish. Foul, well, unsportsmanlike foul given against Glenn Yang, I think. So that's going to be 2 free throws coming up here for Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, and they'll retain possession, leading by 10 with 2:21 to go here in the third. So they're going to send Jackie Lee back to the free throw line. Lee Chia Kang, 7 points this evening, hasn't missed a free throw yet. Well, I'm not going to take credit for that. He's a fantastic player. He was fundamental in their campaign that qualified them to BCL Asia last season in Dubai. Well, Dubachi, Meiguanshi miss them both. Because he's taking more free. Here's another look at the foul here. Oh, it's just a drag back there. That's why it was called in the end. Always have to be so careful. Well, Glenn Yang just reaches in. That's another foul. So it's going to send Payao Chung to the free throw line. Well, if it's one thing Taoyuan Pauian pilots are going to have to improve, given how this game has gone, has been free throw shooting. Right now, only 10 out of 18. Goes from the Broncos from Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia come to town, as well as the rematch they'll have against the new Taipei City Kings. It's a team that has expectations to qualify for BCL Asia. You've got to be able to make your free throws. That's now 9 misses tonight. $11 out of 20 for the Pilots. But every great team has their inconsistency some days from the free throw line. Glenn Yang has been on fire so far tonight and remains clutch. 19 for Yang time. Cuts it back down to an 11-point deficit. Payao Chung. Can Cedric Miller save it? Does just that. Kwon Yatul has it. Give and go now here. He'll fire another one. And Della comes up with a rebound. Nixon. Fine inside. Well, can they go for another one? 3 is up. In and out. Well, that would have cut it down to an 8-point lead. Trying to push the tempo quickly. Payao Chung not necessarily a 3-point threat, as Glenn Yang a few steps back. Seconds winding down, but Jackie Lee going straight to the bucket. And I'm telling you, I like that one as well. That's the Sanfen Da. The one-on-one ability of these players for the Pilots is good. It's Choi, well, responding. And you have to ask the question, if SCA began the game the way they've played since the second quarter, this would be a close game indeed. South China Athletic now making the 7th three-point attempt out of 19. Kwon Tae-yo goes in. Glenn Yang comes up with it. Nixon. Oh, good hands by Cedric Miller, forcing a turnover as Pilots will get it back. Incredible defense by Cedric Milner. Really just doing. Well, there's a take by Kwon Tae-yo.
Let's go, Pilots!
Payao Chung tries a Euro step. Artino, good night! The William Artino. Guanlan, the big time. Well, you knew it was coming at some points. He was waiting patiently. Now 4 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Glenn Yang waiting for it. There's a kick out. Nixon got to make this one. It's a good look. And Della, offensive rebound, no good. Still a bit of time. Kwon Tae-yo double step, surely not. And that goes out of bounds. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, the champions of the Plus League, leading by 12 points against the champions of Hong Kong, China. What a game we've had so far here at the University of Taipei, Tianmu Arena. 10 final minutes. This is going to be an exciting shootout. I'm going to leave you with some of the key highlights. Welcome back, fans. Indeed, live here at the University of Taipei Tianmu Arena, PCL Asia East matchup between Taoyuan Pauian Pilots and South China Athletic. No foul given. Yip-Yuen Pong, well, only Martino. Right now infuriated, but play's got to continue. Let's have a look here. Well, there's definitely a lot of contact on the ball, that's for sure. And Della defending Tino. Tino tries to force his way in. Oh, nice spin, nice move, but he can't finish. Milner. 10 points so far this evening. That's another Pilot's turnover. Well, it's going to be an 8-second violation if they're not careful. That's going to be a traveling violation. Well, they left Kevon Davenport by himself, left exposed. But as usual, intense defense. Pressure coming from the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Payao Chung trying to lead the offense. Tino finding Kwatan Yo. Nice penetration. Nice layup, but unable to finish. Tino, teardrop, and Big Man goes in for the follow-up. Plays out a great game, William Martino. There's no doubt about it. Davenport, good hands by Payao Chung. That's going to be a foul on William Martino. Let's have a look at the foul here. Locks up with Yip. I mean, it's just coming together. There's not much more than that. I mean, it's a good call. It's the right call. Bondella has a double-double tonight here for South China Athletic. But that was expected. Well, Tsai Choi Kwan unable to finish the three-pointer. Alec Brown double-double as William Martino. Martino currently leading all scorers in this game at the moment. Kwan Tayo finds Alec Brown. Pickett, Poppeth. And the three is a little bit too short. Heavy defense coming from Jackie Lee. That's going to remain possession to SCA. Final seconds. Davenport trying to step through. And just able to finish. Back to a 12-point deficit. SCA just refused to throw the towel in. This team just so hungry. Playing in the BCL Asia East matters so much. Cedric Milner, well, that's B-E-A beautiful with the mid-range. Kong Shin, as they would say. Nothing but net. Well, there's a take by Calvin Sang, trying to find Andela. Oh, the officials have said that it's Taoyuan Pauian Pilots' ball. Well, they're going to call it jump ball, so this will go possession back to SCA because possession arrow is in their favor. So SCA will get it back. 9.9 left on the shot clock. Sang kicks out in the corner. Wide open three. Wow, game on indeed. SCA just seemed to hang in there. They can still make a comeback if they like. But points difference matters here. Remember, top 3 teams in the group will go to the final 6. Milner, 3, corner. Side fights for it, keeps it alive. Well, they're gonna call a jump ball here, I think. Oh no, they're gonna call a foul. The foul has been called indeed. Well, there it's Sai Choi Kwan on the ground. I think the foul is on Jackie Lee, I believe. Or could it be on... Well, I'm not sure which player it's on. I mean, all 3 of them make contact, so... Wo Bu Chidao. Can try to cut it down to single digits yet again. Bit of Spanish pick and roll coming. Patiently waiting for Andela. Sang, twisting. Oh, nearly throwing away. Davenport comes up with it. Andela. Time is winding down. But it's a ball reversal turnover. And a costly one indeed here for SCA. So Pilots will get it back. Glenn Yang is going to sub into the game for Lung. Well, Lu Shua, only 2 points so far this evening, but still they got to hang in there. Only down by 11. On to 7 minutes left. Milner. Mashed up by Sai Choi Kwan. Little teardrop at Milner time. 14 points tonight for Cedric Milner. Davenport. A lot of contact. Foul drawn. So now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, that's what he's got to do there. Find the gaps, just get into the openings. Because at that point, any foul now will... Well, no, actually, South China Athletic have fouls to give. But the good thing here is that foul was in his gather step. So like I said, he will go to the charity stripe. $15 tonight for Davenport. Joint second leading scorer along with Rodrigo Andela right behind Glenn Yang. Glenn Yang leads them, but Glenn Yang has 4 fouls. Second one, no good. Kwanta Yo finding Will Latino. Oh, great save by Lu Zicheng. Are you kidding me? Well, many would say he's the future of Chinese Taipei basketball. The next Lin Zijie, the man who's meant to carry the mantle, the torch. Yang kicks out. Sang penetrates. Well, 14-point lead at the moment here, too. Taoyuan. Yang's got 17 points. Gets a 3 off in time. Andela. Foul by Cedric Milner. And now he'll go to the free throw line. Well, missed free throw attempt indeed. But if they can minimize the deficit as much as possible, points difference, like I said, is going to be crucial. Because depending how the Broncos, or when we head to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia in 2 windows time, SCA could actually not only try to fight for a head-to-head matchup against the New Taipei City Kings, but also try to sneak a victory against Broncos when we go to Ulaanbaatar. Anything is possible. Latino finding Chud. Time winding down. Well, great take in the end. A beautiful layup. Well, That was tough. I think I like that. Yan Xiang coming from Chun. The killer crossover. Nixon will fire a three. That time just hitting front iron. Still battling at the moments. Hudson Xiang. On good hands. Andela forcing a turnover. They got to get this under single digits. The less of the defeat, the better here for Andela. Good recipient. Kicks out to Calvin Sang. It's going to remain SCA basketball. Now, I don't think Yankee County knows cannot use a head coach challenge. It's already been used. So Tsai Choi Kwan is going to come back in for Calvin Sang. Davenport goes for a three. Well, just scrapes. Side of the backboard, not going to go. But like I said, if you take away the first quarter, this game has been relatively competitive between these two. Hudson Chang, Tino comes in. Tino, I thought he would have had the bunnies. Nixon draws a foul on the ground.
He's trying to hit two people. He's just diving in.
Well, Nixon will go to the free throw line now.
He's just putting his head down and driving into two people.
So the best he can do now is cut it down to a 15-point deficit. First free throw good. This is the kind of great play you want Nixon on any team here in the BCL Asia East. I mean, he's a hard worker, very versatile. He's had some good looks on the perimeter because he didn't feature in the Hong Kong-China window when they hosted. Second free throw good. Back to a 15-point deficit. Oh, it's just way too easy. Chun just inviting himself into the paint. The lead just continues to get bigger and bigger here for the Pilots. Yang's got 17 points. Looking for a kick out. Tsai takes a contested three. It's way off the mark. Pilots want to run. Now Milner. Kicks out in the corner, finds Chun. There you have it. Another San Fun Show. While you're witnessing San Fun Show greatness from the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots, champions of the Plus League. Well, there you have it. Anytime you come to Chinese Taipei and you want a San Fun Show party, you just come to see the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots play. 20-point lead. We'll be back in just under a minute.
Head line. 45. Tommy, last one. This guy come. Okay? Carry each other, okay? I don't care about foul, it's okay. Put up pressure on him, okay? Okay, ready? Okay, hey, keep playing, man. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, three, G. Tommy, okay? Keep your head up. Come on, straight. That's it. You got it. Okay, I'll return him out. Come on, screen, Henry, come on, screen. For who? For Keith. Keith's coming off?
Well, final 3:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. Javon Davenport wants to go Willie Martino. Great take. Andela's going to call for a push in the back. And that's going to be a foul against South China Athletic. Well, they just want to finish these final 3 minutes, 24 seconds. Because the Pilots on Sunday will be in action domestically in the Plus League. And Lu Cheng, well, Tata Lecho Hunhao. Connection time indeed made by Chinese Taipei's Lu Cheng. Tino Campbell's finds Andela, and the block hit by Brown, but the foul is going to be called. Ta的名字是 Justin Lu Cheng， 很高兴认识你。The future, the current superstar of Chinese Taipei and the Plus League. Andela makes the second one, slicing it back down to a 20-point deficit with now 3:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. Remember, the other game taking place this evening here in BCL Asia is currently happening in Johor, Malaysia, because that's going to be an exciting game to watch as well. And I'll be covering that game, so you can join me as soon as this game's done. It's on a different stream, of course. Johor Southern Tigers currently up against Dewa United. That's just tipped off in the first quarter. So turnover has been committed. Glenn Yang. So still at this moment, second leading scorer here tonight for South China Athletic. Coming off one screen. Time winding down here on the shot clock. Good defense by Ken Lin. Chung comes away. Here we go. Here we go. Well, maybe not enough elevation on the dime, but still great transition by the Pilots. Dixon finds another three. This time gets it, as he beats Cedric Milner and avoids the block. $19-point lead currently to the Pilots. Ritsu Wei doesn't take many threes. That time unable to finish. It's Glenn Yang just drawing that foul. And that's going to be free throws coming up for Glenn Yang. Well, not quite the ending Cedric Milner wanted, but every little counts. Glenn Yang currently the free throw line. If he can make the second one as well, become South China Athletics' leading scorer with 19. He's got 18 at the moment. He's had a very good night from the three-point line. Second free throw good. 19 tonight for Glenn Yang. It's now under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Pilots, the team that made it to the finals last season of BCL Asia East, looking to remain undefeated. Milner kicks out to Lee for a deep one, and that is the one on Sanford Cho from no man's land. Incredible cookie show tonight here for the Pilots. Yip Yuen Pong goes in, a lot of contact, but it's going to be an offensive foul. Wow. I think Yip thought he was going to the free throw line. Pilots fans still rallying behind their team. One of the most supported, biggest fan bases, not only in Chinese Taipei, but they've got fan bases all over Southeast Asia. Well, Morrison unable to keep this one under control, so 6.9 left on the shot clock here for the Taoyuan Pauian Pilots. Milner nearly turning it over, keeps it alive. And that's going to be a 24-second violation. This is final minute. Both teams will want to get this game done without any further issues such as injuries. But it's been a convincing performance. A spirited fight back from the second and third quarter from South China Athletic. Glenn Yang straight to the bucket, and the foul is going to be given. So free throws coming up for GY. It's a nice aggressive penetration. Well, Yang makes the first free throw. Now moving up here to 20 points. He missed the second one. Of course, they've cut it down to a 19-point deficit. We'll just see how much that's going to come into a factor depending how SCA will do in their last game against New Taipei City Kings. Jonah Morrison on forced turnover. So 4.7 seconds difference between game and shot clock here at the moment. Plus they're gonna have to try and get one final shot here. There it is. Yip Yuen Pong fires a three. Davenport offensive rebound. Glenn Yang, he'll fire another one. And it just won't go. Well, there you have it. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots have done a magnificent job. Basketball fans, we're going to get a post-game interview with the player of the game. And remember, you can join both teams at the post-game press conference. But join me as I'll be heading to commentate the next game that's currently taking place between both Delhi United and the Johor Southern Tigers, which is taking place in Malaysia. But if you want to stick around for the player of the game post-game interview, we'll have that very shortly.
All right, now we're being joined by the player of the game, William Martino. Congrats, great win today. It seems like, but it wasn't really easy, huh? I mean, like you guys had like a really, like a lot of fast break points in the first half, and then they increased their level of intensity in the second half. How did you guys manage to stay composed against their resiliency?
Yeah, when we played them in Hong Kong, they made us turn the ball over a lot. So for us, that needs to be a point to take care of when the team starts pressuring us a little more. But obviously, it was a good team win, and we held on. So we're always happy with the win.
And there were quite a few free throw attempts in this game, but also a number of misses. Do you think fatigue played a factor?
I don't know. Some days you make them, some days you don't, I guess.
All right. And the last one, how do you think this game will impact your approach in the upcoming games?
I mean, you got to take every game with a lot of intensity and seriousness. This is Champions League, so everybody has won their league the past season, so every team is capable. So there's not any off nights in this league.
All right, thanks. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Everybody make some noise for William Martino! 谢谢任凯哥，恭喜亚听哦，拿下今天的最佳飞行员。好的，来到我们今天球赛的尾声啦，也要特别感谢所有朋友来到平日的球赛支持我们，谢谢你们前方的朋友，谢谢。右方的朋友，谢谢你们，谢谢。还有我们后方香港的朋友，谢谢你们，都在来干，都在，谢谢。Thank you。左侧的朋友，谢谢。回到前方，谢谢大家呢，来支持我们 BCL 的比赛。Taoyuan Pauian银行给你们的支持非常的好，谢谢你们。下礼拜呢，我们也有对上澎湖的比赛，需要各位继续来支持啦。那我们就下礼拜见啦，拜拜。谢谢啦 ，Let's go， 谢谢。比较方这招罚球线。
So there's not any off nights in this league.
All right, thanks. Congrats.
恭喜姚听到拿下今天的最佳分析员。
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the post-game press conference for the Basketball Champions League Asia East game between Taoyuan Pauian Pilots versus South China Athletics. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots beat South China Athletics 99-80. Taoyuan Pauian Pilots coach Yurgi Caminos and Will Artino have joined us, so may I ask you to switch off your mobile phones? The press conference will be conducted in English. Coach, can you please give us your comments about the game?
Happy for the win. Not happy of how some minutes we didn't play really solid. But the beginning, the team was really focused. How we start playing defense, playing offense, give us a chance to control the game from the first minute. Second and third quarter, some moments, I think that having the advantage and maybe especially playing offense, because our rhythm to score, we knew that we were on the rhythm of 100 points. Our defense was not how solid we want to be. But on the last quarter, the moment to close the game, I think that the team showed how mature it is for these moments, back to play better defense, back to control the game way better and break a game that was important for us. We know how the group is, and always having the mentality of fighting and winning. So on this, happy after a long week, but we have to be focused on the next.
Will, can you also give us your comments about the game?
It was important for us to come out and start the way we started. Our last few games, we started slow, so that was good for us. And then obviously we need to just maintain that momentum throughout and not have the I guess lackadaisical breaks that we had in maybe the second quarter and to start the third quarter or something. So. But it's always good to win, and Hong Kong is a very scrappy team, so props to them, and they always fight, so it's a lot of respect.
I will now give the floor to the media to ask questions in English. I want to ask the media to first state their name and the media company they are representing. Anyone?
Hello, this is Kai Chen from Latest Sports, and I want to ask the coach about, because the last time, a week ago, you played in Hong Kong, you only win 3 points as the whole game, and today you probably control the game the whole game. So, what's the difference between that? What you improved from the last game that you played with South CAA?
I mean, the first, of course, is when they play home, the atmosphere there was like the 6th player for them. They were playing from the first minute, feeling the support, really good to play there. For us also was a team that was starting the BCL. They changed the local roster, add new players, sometimes difficult to really know exactly and figure out how they are going to play because they only have 2 games. We didn't have time to prepare. Today we already know way better the players that we are playing against them. And they also, for them, it's completely different. When you play at home and we need to take a flight, and this also helps. But we've been more focused, knowing a little bit better what we want to do, and that's why we execute good at the beginning. Not full game, but like you say, I think that we were controlling the score, never having really problems. But for me as a coach, I don't like this. I want to be doing more and not trying to maybe sometimes relax, thinking on control, because the way that this team is playing is they are really tough. They are fighting either 20 down like they start. The games that they have in Hong Kong against Broncos, that Broncos are also a good team, and the way that they play against Kings, they are showing that they want to be on the final 6, and right now they have the chance of also defend the 21 points against the New Taipei Kings.
Anyone else? Okay, so Coach, there's one question from here. The team has now gone 3-0 in Group B following tonight's win. How did you like the kind of consistency the team showed tonight from start to finish?
Especially trying to have the habit. We start this league winning a lot of games for us, and one of the main goals that I'm happy with the team is have the habit of compete. I don't care if we are 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. This mentality have to be the one that have to keep us always fighting every game. But the group is still not finished. We play at home. We want to keep our home advantage safe. And right now on the BCL, we are going to have really difficult team with the Broncos. They had Isaiah To, the player that we know good from the P-League. Jordi, Ian Miller, we played last year the BCL East finals against them. Going to be a new game, and always have the mentality of fight, compete, and be focused on the things that we want to do.
And this is a question for Will. Similar question: how much of a lesson was your close first game with South China in preparation for tonight's rematch?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously they came out and kind of punched us in the mouth, and so we knew that they were going to come out ready to go and probably want some revenge, so we had to stay focused and stay ready just from the start. And so obviously the first quarter we took good care of the ball, took care of business. So
thank you, guys. This is the end of the first part of the press conference. We'll be back soon with the South China Athletics.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back to the second part of this post-game press conference. We now have with us Coach Yiting Lo and Glenn Yang. Coach, we would like to have your words about this game.
I think the main problems are defense. We play a bad defense on the first quarter, so we try to get back on the second quarter, but the defense on the whole game is not good enough, especially the help defense. We know help defense, and then we miss a lot of open shot. This is why we did bad things in this game.
Glenn, your thoughts about the game?
Yeah, just like Coach Ting said, we know the Pilots are a well-oiled machine. They've been together for a very long time. Very impressive run these past few years. And you see, if you let them get going, it's 32-14 in the first quarter. That's 18 points already. Since that point, it's basically a tie game. But we can't come out. There's no excuse, away game. We're a new team. All of that doesn't matter now. Every game is so important. So we have to find a way to stop them, especially at the start, and then just build on the positive things that we did in the game, even with the short time we have. But I think we're improving slowly.
Do you have questions for media in English? A reminder to state your full name and the media company you're representing.
Hey Coach, I'm Ryan Chen, English commentator. In the homestand, you guys had to prepare for 3 opponents, but now coming on the road, you only have 1. Could you describe the game plan against the Pilots now that you guys had only 1 opponent to prepare for?
I think they did a good prepare for us after the first game because we're a new team. Again, we didn't have a lot of things to scout on us. We got new players and new import. And then after the first game, I think they watched the game tape, I think. And then they have a good scout on us. And then they put a lot of pressure on us, especially on defense. You see the first quarter of the game, even the first ball screen, they go trap on us. They just play aggressive. So I think the difference after the first game, they put a lot of pressure on us.
Hello, Coach. I'm Kai Chen from Leader Sports. I want to ask that during the 1 week ago, there's Dominic Gilbert played a very important role during that game. But today you didn't play Gilbert, and instead of the Nigel Nixon. So is there any problem with Gilbert? I mean, why he didn't play in this very important game? Thank you.
Yeah, he played the last game against Pilot in Hong Kong. He had a hands injury a little bit. So today we're going to get a rest a little bit. And then I think he will play on Saturday against King. Thank you.
Glenn, yeah. I want one question for Glenn. Yes, because today you play a lot of point guard in the game, and we know recently you've been permitted by FIBA. You can play for Hong Kong during the following international games. And so, will you play in the Nagoya Asian Games or again? Can you talk about this? You can allow to play for Hong Kong. Can you talk about this one? Thank you.
Yeah, today, the first part of your question, I play more point guard for sure. You know, I can play point guard, I can play shooting guard, and for this team, we have a lot of scoring as well. So me and Yoon, number 23, we kind of share the point guard responsibility, and then we can both play point guard and shooting guard. So definitely comfortable doing that. Secondly, yeah, I've recently cleared. That's why I can be a local in this BCL as well, by FIBA for Hong Kong. And then, so it's a great honor, great opportunity for the future, for sure, to represent Hong Kong in any stage, any level is always something very honorable and something I really respect and look forward to. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure Hong Kong were not in the Asian Games. We received some news a few weeks ago. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but I think they lowered the amount of teams to like 12 teams. So I'm not too sure if we're in the Asian Games, but we do have like pre-qualifiers for the next FIBA Asia in August. So I think that's the next national team competition. So looking forward to that as well.
Anyone else? All right, this is a question for Glenn. Since that big win against New Taipei back at home, South China is now skidded to back-to-back losses. How do you think will these losses toughen up South China as you go along the season?
Yeah, it's a very quick season. I mean, I wouldn't even call it a season. It's a tournament, and our team is very unique because a lot of us, we played together in the past, but we were just kind of thrown together from our respective other clubs. So it's challenging even for coach, you know, to have all these new players. All of a sudden, we had, I think, 8 practices before our first game. So we're really learning on the fly. But we're definitely a tough group, and a lot of us have a lot of experience, I think. So we're going to bounce back quick. We know the Kings are going to be hungry to kind of get revenge against us, but yeah, we're working hard and we know what we need to do. I think it's more in our control than anyone else or any opponent. So we're not too worried about. Of course, we want to win every game. The Pilots are a tough matchup, so we're confident we can bounce back.
Thank you, Coach. The post-game press conference is officially over. Thank you all.